Thanks so much. So, senior night, get to feature our seniors. 3 of the 5 of the trumpets are seniors, and so I want to do that great trumpet feature. Next, you're going to hear from another guy that's on that list, and he's a remarkable young musician, plays bass very well, and has become quite a great jazz piano player during his time at Friends. We're going to feature him on this great chart written by Shelley Berg called CP Samba. Thanks so much. So, next, I'm going to feature another one of our amazing seniors, Miss Alyssa Day, who's a wonderful clarinet player and also saxophone player. She's going to also be a wonderful, wonderful music teacher here before long. We're going to feature her on a great tune called The Clarinade. Dance in the aisles if you would like. Thank you. At this time, these guys don't know that I'm doing this. They'll give them a minute of rest here. We have had so many people over my 30 years who have been so helpful. That word doesn't seem adequate, but helpful to us. And a couple of them who are no longer with us, their families have established scholarships that we get to give every year to a student who embodies the qualities that these two gentlemen had. So the first one that I'm going to do is the Henry Elmer Scholarship. Henry was a wonderful, wonderful trumpet player here in town. He taught for us here at Friends, and he's a legend. Those of us that knew Henry, that's what probably the word that would come to mind. And his family established this scholarship that we get to give to a trumpet player every year who kind of embodies Henry's passion for music. And this year's recipient of that scholarship is Isaac Penner. Well-deserved. Wonderful young man. The other scholarship that we get to give, for almost 20 years, Butch Janess, who was a wonderful trombone player, he kind of took early retirement, and he came here almost every single day at 2 o'clock and sat in the jazz room and watched and helped and did. I didn't even have to ask him after a while. He would just know what to do. He went on trips with us. He helped soloists. He did trombone sectionals. He moved equipment. He helped run the jazz festival. He just did. He was my right-hand man and never got paid a dime to do any of it. And I miss him greatly. And every time I hear a young trombone player stand up like tonight, the first thing that comes to me is, I wish Butch could have been here to work with him. Unfortunately, we lost him a few years ago, and his family established the Butch Janess Scholarship, and the recipient of that this year is Gabriel Karst. So it just so happens that a couple of our wonderful trumpet players up there are also great singers. So we're going to feature a couple of them tonight singing with the band. And the first one that you're going to hear from is Mr. Nate Wheatley.
Getting merry in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Roll out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. I gotta be there in the morning, spruced up and looking in my prime. So how you miss me, but get me to the church on time. If I am dancing on the floor, if I am whistling out the door, 'cause I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, they're gonna shine. Kick up a rumpus, but don't lose the compass. And get me to the church, get me to the church. For Pete's sake, get me to the church on time. the door. 'Cause I'm early in the morning. Ding dong, they're gonna jive. Kick out the rockers, but don't lose the numbers. And get me to the church. Get me to the church. For peace sake, get me to the church.
Next, you are going to hear from our wonderful lead alto player, Mr. Charles Cleaver, on a beautiful ballad called If I Should Lose You. Well, it's Big Ginger time. Some of my friends have taken to calling him the Ginger Lyle Lovett. They think he looks a bit like that.
He's cuter, the boy.
I asked him if that was his mom, and he said, I hope not.
No, I'm not.
And we had our jazz festival here this year. I can't remember which of the bands it was, but I think there was a middle school band that was here, and he was helping in that room, and they got back to their school, and the band director emailed me that he had a whole new fan club of middle school girls. This is a great tune that was arranged by our friend Frank Mantooth for the great and late Kevin Mahogany, and you're going to enjoy hearing Isaac on this, as well as Rowdy Wendland's playing a guitar solo, and I think Gabe and Drew are splitting a trombone solo, and Blaine's playing off the top. So this is Centerpiece.
Will never leave. 'Cause baby you're no good without you. 'Cause baby you're my centerpiece. Find a house and garden somewhere along a country road up here. Little very on the outskirts where we can really find relief. 'Cause baby I'm no good without you. 'Cause baby you're my centerpiece. Ralston got hooked somewhere along a country road up here. A little cottage on the outskirts where we can really find relief. 'Cause baby, I'm no good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece. 'Cause baby, you're my center.
So this is the time of the night that we actually have our seniors come forward. So if they would, please. And the people that are going to help us out also. I learned a long time ago when we started doing this that I'm not very good at doing these tributes. So I let them now pick somebody to do that, which takes me out of the mix, which is a good thing. Yeah, sort of. I mean, you have the order on your paper, so if you can kind of stay in that order.
Hey, we're number one.
Some of you have to do more than one thing, so you're going to have to move around. But, so let's start with John. All you guys that are introducing or reading should also introduce yourselves.
All right, my name is Chris Cleaver. I've known John for all of my years here, all 3 years at Friends University. I think the first time I ever really interacted with him was in Singing Quakers. It was my first year in there. I was scared. I didn't know what to do, and I was paired up with this big doof for the singing test. So yeah, the friendship just kind of blossomed from there. So John Ralston came to Friends as a homeschool student. Somehow we forgave him for that. But during his time on campus, he's been involved in Singing Quakers, JVE, and jazz too. Off campus, he has helped lead worship at his church, taught private music lessons, and has played at many professional engagements across Wichita. John will graduate in May with a degree in Spanish and a music minor. He will be attending Washburn Law School and will be joining several other of our jazz program graduates that have been gone on to law school. So if you need a lawyer in the next 3 years or so, go ahead and call him. Se habla español. So he's contributed a great deal to both the Fine Arts Department and Friends University as a whole, and even each of us individually as a great friend. So, John Ralston, everybody.
I am Sam Scantlin, and this is Sam Borgerson. And Sam came to Friends from Pleasantville, Iowa. She will graduate in May with a degree in zoo science and a minor in business administration. She has been involved in the Zoo Science Club, head of the Animal Care Lab, and both jazz ensembles 1 and 2. She's also worked in the University Advancement Office, been involved as a first-year mentor, and worked in the costume shop. She plans to continue working at Tanganyika as a hoofstock keeper to gain experience and eventually move out of state. We talk a lot about being family here in the jazz department at Friends, and Sam has taken this quite literally and is engaged to marry Jared Stanley, one of our trombone players who graduated last year. They will get married in May of 2020. We thank Sam for her contributions to the jazz program at Friends University, and we wish her all the best in the future.
Well, I'm Nathaniel Wheatley, and this here is Kyle Huser. And I met him, I think my sophomore year. He came in as a freshman. And we discovered last year during the jazz trip down to Texas that we're essentially the same person. So we decided to read for each other to complete that cycle. So Kyle Huser came to Friends from Fredonia High School. We've given him a lot of trouble for that. He has been a member of Concert Band, Jazz Ensemble 2, Concert Choir, Singing Quakers, and the Jazz Vocal Ensemble. He is a cantor at Fredonia Sacred Heart Catholic Church, works on his family farm, and sings in a barbershop quartet. He's a cool dude. Kyle is getting married in December and will student teach next spring. He plans to become a choir teacher and raise a family. He will be a great teacher and a great family man. We are proud of you, Kyle, and we wish you the best.
This is Nathaniel Wheatley. So he came to Friends from Augusta High School. While at Friends, he has been involved in concert band, both jazz ensemble, student brass quintet, pep band, pit orchestra, concert choir, singing Quakers, jazz vocal ensemble, and Guild of Friends, and this semester's play Watson. Off campus, he has done retail work and choir internships at both University Friends Church and First United Methodist Church. Nathaniel will graduate next fall with a Bachelor of Arts in Music degree. After graduating, he plans to continue performing as both an instrumentalist and vocalist. He has plans to start his own brass quintet and a small vocal jazz ensemble. Nathaniel is a very talented young man, and we will miss his talents here, but look forward seeing what the future holds for him and all his talents. Thanks, Nathaniel.
Hi, my name is Panya, and this is Alyssa Jo Day, or EJD as I call her. My best friend graduated from Arc City High School and then went on to Butler Community College, where she then followed her journey here to Friends, and she joined us in our wonderful music department. Her and I will student teach this fall, and then graduate in December with a degree in music education. Wow! So, here we go. Alyssa has been a member of the concert band, where she is also the student conductor. She's also been in both jazz ensembles, jazz combos, concert choir, singing Quakers, community orchestra, and also several pit orchestras for musical productions and other things. She is also the CNACME Vice President, which is the Collegiate National Association for Music Educators President thing, and then Mu Phi Epsilon President, Sale Vale Panqueques, co-leader and student tech worker for the Department of Online Education. Elissa is a member of the Sunnyside Baptist Church, a volunteer at Youth Horizons, and a member of the Wichita Clarinet Community Ensemble. She is also a member of the Kansas Bandmasters Association and the International Clarinet Association. I didn't even know that was a thing, y'all. She also teaches private clarinet and saxophone lessons. You know, if your kids need lessons, hit her up. Let's see. You know, it's too bad she hasn't been involved in more. Have you been involved in more? Did I miss something?
Probably. I probably missed something.
Probably. You know, when they fill out these forms, they do all the things. So, after she graduates, she plans on teaching band in the public schools. She wants a program like 5th grade to 12th grade, Cheney, or something like small, rural, you know, if you know a job, she's looking. She also plans on obtaining a master's degree in clarinet performance and music education. She would also like to own a plot of land in the country filled with chickens and goats, because she loves farming, and chickens are her favorite. If you know anything that has a chicken on it, please, let her have it. Please give it to her. Alyssa's gonna be a great teacher, and we wish her all the best in her future career. Give it up!
My name is Gavin Webb. Isaac Penner is from Heston High School. He will graduate in May with a degree in marketing and business administration with a focus on management. Isaac has been a member of the men's tennis team, has worked in admissions as head student ambassador, and is the president of the Spikeball Club. He actually started it too, FYI. You forgot to put that in there. He has been in both jazz ensembles, the jazz vocal ensemble, and singing Quakers. In the past 5 months even, he has been working with an independent label in Wichita, producing a hip-hop jazz album. Isaac has gained the nicknames Big Ginger and the Ginger Lyle Lovett. That's right there. He has gained the nicknames while at Friends and has made an enormous and lasting impact on our campus. He plans to work for a marketing firm in Wichita for the next few years and then move to the West Coast. We wish Isaac all the best and look forward to watching what the future holds for this very talented guy. Let's give it up.
This is Blaine Martin. He came to Friends from Wichita North High School. He was primarily a bass player, but he still plays bass, but he has also developed a very fine jazz pianist during his time at Friends. While at Friends, Blaine has also been a member of both jazz ensembles and many different jazz combos, as well as jazz vocal ensemble, community symphony orchestra, and the Sinfonietta Orchestra, where he was the president. The president. Outside of Friends, he's also played many jazz gigs, he's played with local band Mobius Strip, and has done several solo performances with his own compositions at such places as Our Coffee House. He's also currently a member of the group Old News, which is receiving a lot of press locally and is going on tour over the summer to like 4 or 5 different states. He's also known for having the fastest growing beard at Friends and being a weightlifter. He's going to finish up this fall with a bachelor's in music, and he plans on pursuing and creating all things music as much as possible. He's a multi-talented guy, and it's been great being your friend all these years, and I love you.
Hola. So I'm Miguel Santana. This guy right here is Charles Glover. He came to France from Leyland North High School in Kansas City, Kansas Community College. He has played both clarinet and flute in the concert band and has been a member of the clarinet ensemble, Jazz Ensemble 1, and Solstice. He also played in pit orchestras at Friends, East High School, and CYT. Charles has played many professional engagements around the Wichita area and has been a member of the Skinny Slim and the Fat Tuesday Brass Band. It's a dope band, by the way. He will graduate with a bachelor's in music and is working towards playing on cruise ships and pursuing a full-time career in performance. He just recently found out that he will be employed as a full-time musician at Worlds of Fun this summer, Kansas City. Charles has added so much to our jazz program, and he will be greatly missed, and he has a great future ahead, and we just can't wait to see what it holds. Me personally, I want to say I'm like really proud of you, man. It's been like what, like 70 years of college? For real, I'm really proud of you. You know, you came from being the most annoying person in school to being like a brother to me. I just want to say, I got in you much love, bro, and I hope you give me a lot of gigs after this.
Our seniors.
We might have had one graduating senior slip under the radar here. As many of you know, this is Lisa Hittle's 30th and final year as a student here at Friends University. She finally got around to it, which we're really happy that she's finally graduating here. And yeah, Charles has some more things to say about that.
We've had a lot of trouble thinking about what we can do to honor you and to show our appreciation, so we put together a little something for you.
Hey Lisa, thank you again for giving me an opportunity to play at a really high level in your direction. I know that you always said that you're waiting for the best senior class you've ever had, and then you can retire, so that means a lot, so thank you so much.
me. From hanging with me in there freshman year to now. I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all the many opportunities you've given me for playing, gigging, and all that. So you are a wonderful person. I'm really going to miss you.
In all seriousness though, I'm in a position to play with some of the best musicians in my life and really inspired that love of jazz in me.
Hey Lisa, thank you so much for sticking with me since senior year of high school and making sure that I found my journey and found the college that was for me. And then also for being a part of my life, being a strong role model that I needed from someone that came from a family that's back in Kansas City to having no one out here. It was nice to know that I had somebody in my back pocket. It was also, you've been there for me for the best of times and the worst of times in my life, and I really appreciate you being there and being my strong rock. Thanks.
You were the first person that opened doors for me in Wichita, and I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, like coming from Puerto Rico, I didn't want to leave quite yet, and I was already starting to play professionally over there, and when I got here, I thought I would have to start over right from scratch, and you really helped me speed up that process, you know. Now you're retiring, and I want you to know that from me, the only thing I feel for you is so much respect. I have a lot of respect for you, and I am, again, eternally grateful for you.
Hi Lisa, I'd like to thank you for helping me to grow immensely over the past 4 years as a person and a musician, and for always giving me as many opportunities as you can, as well as to everyone else who comes across your path. Thank you so much.
If I'm doing the math right, I met Lisa 46 years ago. She was a student at band camp at Kansas State, and I was a counselor. And we learned several things about Lisa very quickly. That she was dead set on a career in music. Her weapon of choice was the Barry saxophone. And actually, I guess there was a third thing. It was very clear that she was not going to allow herself to be denied. And those traits have stayed with her throughout her life in only the best of ways. So, as you approach your retirement, and as I sit here riddled with jealousy, wishing that I was going to mine, I acknowledge you as someone who I truly admire and respect. I have nothing but the strongest things to say about what you've done for jazz education, music education, what you've done for women through what you have done. I find you amazing. I love you, I respect you, and I wish you happiness beyond measure in whatever happens when you open the next chapter. And I look forward to seeing you soon.
Lisa, we miss you from me and Larry and the Keke. Congratulations on all your hard work. We miss you so much. We're up here in the snow up at the cabin. You remember coming up here? We'll get you out here again soon because now you got some free time. You can go for a good time. Lots of love to you. Mwah.
I've been elected to kind of head this and speak about it. I'm not sure why, because I've been known for being a procrastinator, and today is no different. But when I was looking for four-year colleges 3 years ago, one of the things I was looking for was the opportunity to play and gig. That's what I've always wanted to do. And I was here for a few weeks, and you got me in playing at Larkspur and playing all kinds of places. And I appreciate all you've done for the department, for all of us, and we hope that one day, us as teachers and just professionals, we can impact lives like you have. And also, we'll be able to remember you, but in order for others to know what you've done for the department, we've all put money together and we've commissioned a painting to be put up of you and Riney so that everybody will be able to know how the department is.
respected and much appreciated. I did just want to mention, you know, when we do these senior night tributes, people's plans can change around. And last spring, we did Natasha Howe's and we did Dion Burton's, but they ended up coming back. And so they are also graduating seniors. It's just they got to celebrate last year, so I want you to know that. There are many, many things I could say right now, but what I really want to do is just some thank yous. The biggest thank you is to all the students that have come through this program, including the ones on stage. They have been a blessing doesn't even begin to say what they have been in my life. They have shown hard work and passion and dedication. They've been a lot of fun to be around. That whole age range from 18 to 22, 23, when they're changing from really kids into adults, is a very difficult time sometimes. And I just feel so fortunate that I've been able to be here and be here during that time for so many of them. They're all my family, and you know, they're going to continue to be long after I leave this place. I also want to thank the parents of all those students for just trusting me, entrusting me with them. I know sometimes that's kind of hard to let go of the reins and let somebody else kind of be in control. And I know some of those parents are here tonight, and I thank you for that so much. I want to thank everybody who has supported us all these years by attending our concerts. Without you guys, you know, we could be the greatest band in the United States, and without people to play for, it really wouldn't matter very much. I always forget every concert to thank Bob Heck, our wonderful sound man. He's been here for many, many a late night rehearsal, as well as the concerts, as well as getting the needs of guest artists met, and so we couldn't have done it without you, so thank you, Bob. I want to thank all of my wonderful colleagues here at Friends University that I've had over the years, especially the guys that have been the jazz adjunct teachers. You know, they don't get paid a lot, not nearly enough, and Randy Zeller, Seth Crithers, Dan Racer, all those guys. You know, we could not have done what we have done with the jazz department without all of them. And just all the colleagues in fine arts. I have enjoyed working with all of you so much. And everybody that has supported our program. Financially, we've had some fantastic support. People have gifted us instruments. People have hired us to play in numerous gigs around town at different places, the students, the faculty, the former students. My friends who have kept me sane when things have gotten crazy here. And you know, a lot of people have done a lot of things behind the scenes that they never get any attention or credit for. Sometimes, you know, I'll be talking to somebody and say, boy, you know, we got this student and they're kind of really in a financial bind this semester, and somebody will say, here, let me help them out. Or, you know, here's some money, take them to dinner. All kinds of things. Or here's some money for them to go on one of the trips that you guys are taking. So to everybody that has helped any of the students in the jazz department, I so appreciate that. And all the wonderful guest artists that we've had here over the years. That's been one of the great joys for me, is being able to bring so many great jazz artists to our campus that have performed for you and been able to work with the students. Jane Bennett, one of my favorites. Alan Carter, also one of my favorites, and many, many more. So I just want you to know that the jazz department here is going to be in wonderful, wonderful hands. Dr. Robert Brooks will be coming the 1st of August to take over. He is a wonderful young man who has just finished his doctorate in jazz studies at the University of Illinois. He's a great educator, he's a monster tenor player, and he has far more energy than I do at this point. And I think all these guys are very excited about working with him. So I hope that you guys will continue to support the jazz department. I know every concert that you come to next year, you'll see me. So please come back. And thanks for being here. We got one more tune to send you out with.